What's up, everybody? DRJ here, bringing you some Dino D-Day. This was free this weekend over on Steam, and so obviously, had to play it. Like someone pointed out on Twitter, they went on their way to name it after me, so the least I could do was play their game. To be honest, the game's not bad. It's kind of ridiculous. This Stegosaurus thing that I'm in right now is I think it's like resistant to bullets, and it moves pretty slow, like you can see. The only downside to it, and then its cannon is like this AOE type cannon, and yeah, going some pretty nasty kill streaks with it. It's kind of silly. I don't think my team was actually that great. I could have got some retarded amazing spawn camping in. As it is, I think it was enough to really smash them pretty hard, but it would be nice to play this. It would have been fun to play with a couple guys who weren't completely retarded. There's what, 4, 5? Oh, that'll be 6. Oh, they get an even 7. And his stupid grenade takes me down. To be honest, what I like most about this game is just the fact that it's using the Source engine and the levels are simpler. I mentioned it yesterday a few times in replying to comments about COD. It's something I'll talk about later on. Excuse me, another video blog. Just the level design, it's just so insanely frustrating. The complex level design that I have in COD. Just so many different places to shoot people from. Even going from COD 4 to Black Ops today, it's still very, very, very different. I played this game for, probably for about an hour. And what you're seeing here is, this is my first foray into the game. I think I played it for about 5 minutes before this. And just the result of basically playing on a PC and having level design like this, where there's not 4 million places to shoot people from. Not to mention, I don't know what my ping is when you see me hit tab. It's probably less than 50. The combination of all of those lets me just walk in a game and smash everyone in the face, and that's never going to happen on console COD for me, for a variety of different reasons, but whether it's controller or whatever. But I think the single biggest difference is just, right now, it's the level design and being able to use a mouse and ping. Maybe it's a whole lot of stuff. Anyway, yeah, this game, like I said, pretty ridiculous. It was a lot of fun. For today, I don't think I would ever buy it, although it's only like $5. I really, really, really miss the style of play, though. Like this kind of level design, I feel like allows good players to use, the level to their advantage. It allows you to, be strategic and, go back around the corner or something like that. If you're stupid, you get caught out in the open, you're dumb, whatever, you die. But, like I said, COD, it's hard to learn from your deaths, and even in like a game like this, Dino D-Day, which is pretty ridiculous, I played the game for 5 minutes and I'm walking in, doing 10, 12, 13, 14, KDs. Doesn't really matter what dinosaur I'm using or what guy I'm using. It's all about level design. So anyway, just kind of frustrating. I'm talking to Bruce, played a bunch of Borderlands tonight. By the way, if you guys, last few episodes that we did of Borderlands, I felt like we're kind of lackluster because we jacked up the difficulty. We don't have any really good weapons yet, whatever. We put it back down to normal. We got some great weapons, and it's a lot of fun. If you guys haven't checked it out in a while, you should definitely start checking it out as we put in the new videos. I think I've got one more of the old stuff, then I'm rolling into the new stuff, and I really, really like it. I'm kind of proud of it. It's just a lot of fun, and I think it's a lot more exciting to watch now that we bumped the difficulty back down. Unfortunately, like Borderlands, bumping up the difficulty meant that it bumped up all the levels for everybody, which, I don't know, just means that we've got to go through a whole lot of time before we out-level things, and then we start hitting them normally again. I don't know, kind of frustrating. Wish there was another way to do it. Let's see. Anyway, so still running around here with this ridiculous Stegosaurus, like I said, using my AOE cannon. AOE cannon of destruction. First to 50, actually the rounds end really quick. I feel like they should be going to at least 100. Just not a chance to get a whole lot of kills. I don't know what the hell is going on. There goes a pterodactyl, it looks like. I mean, who knows what's happening. It looks like this guy's going to be the last kill. Yep. Thank you for that. I live in a castle of gold medals. Just running around spamming that stupid cannon, killing guys with the newspaper over my face. So then it swaps the sides. It's going to put us on allies. And my first sort of inkling is to go with some kind of, not assault rifle, but SMG. And this class is the closest thing that I can find to it. But well, I shouldn't say that. I didn't play around with all the classes. So they got that little Velociraptor really, really fast. They can like jump and latch onto your face. But very, very fast. Really hard to hit. It's kind of tiny. And then you can't, it's funny, you'll see me shooting at guys every now and then through even like the lattice work or the grates and things like that, and you can't even shoot through those, whereas like in COD you can shoot through everything. Trying to get a little spawn camping in here, waiting for that dinosaur to come back in. Oh, I was expecting you. Sorry, buddy. Use my partner as cannon fodder. Thanks, bud. Oh, gotta love sniper rifles. There's goats scattered all around the mission. Maybe that's why we're getting our shit pushed in, is because we have 3 or 4 guys less. I don't know. It just seems like my team is kind of silly. There's goats all over. Basically, different dinosaurs can pick them up and throw them at you, and I think other dinosaurs can eat them for food or something like that. I don't really know. Gosh, yeah, this game is so much different. I think I just got a nasty dinosaur headbutt. This game is very, very different from, like I said, just the most basic elements to it are fundamentally different from COD. And regardless of the retarded dinosaur shit, like I said, it's going to play phenomenally different because you're using, well, a mouse and keyboard, which is massive. The level design is so crazy different. Like I said, you're not using the peer-to-peer system. There's no host advantage. You're on a dedicated server. Made sure I was on a server with ping less than 50. I know it's less than 50. I think it was actually 29 or 35, something like that. So it's insane. So I've got a nice advantage because of that. And yeah, it's just, oh. Like, whenever I'm moving around the map, for the most part, I feel like I have a handle on where any and everybody is at any given time. You don't need any radar to do that. You just need level design to, you know, level design and a smart player. That guy was smarter than I thought he was. I saw him moving towards me and thought I could cut him off, but better than I gave him credit for. Anyway, yeah, you don't need radar. I mean, there's no radar on this at all. I can't even see friends. It might be nice to actually have a radar that shows me my friends or allies or whatever, but God, what a fucking crutch radar is. Damn Stegosaurus, whatever that thing is. Yeah, it just ruins the game. So many different levels, whatever. I know I'm bitter about it. It's late when I'm doing this recording, so I apologize if it comes off. If I come off like an asshole, but I'm just so sick of it and have no filter on because it's too late, so whatever. I hate radar. It's ruining video games. On the plus side, once again, it has nothing to do with Dino D-Day, but I mean, come on, how much can you really talk about a game ridiculous as this is? I have heard a number of actually surprisingly good things about Modern Warfare 3, which is really scary. Yeah, everything from like supposedly like I said, they've addressed the fact that the different levels in the game have provided some frustration for players to having fewer kill points at any given spot on the map. So I guess actually Bruce was the one that told me the other day that something about God, those little things are hard to kill. About the knifing being more difficult to use. Second place, what a load of shit. The knives are more difficult to use when you're being shot at with a gun, which is fantastic to hear. Oh, there is nothing more frustrating than you know, using a gun and being destroyed by some asshole who's panic knifing. You know, it sucks that it took them, you know, whatever, 4 or 5 years to get it right, but it's nice to hear that something may actually finally be happening with it. I'm super skeptical until I see it. Don't want this video to take the place of, you know, future commentary on possible subjects, but, you know, I haven't been too impressed with what I've seen in Battlefield 3, and it's, I don't know. I'm not really keen on another friggin' TDM, shoot 'em up, instant respawn Modern Warfare game, but it is nice to hear that it sounds like they are addressing some issues in my mind that are pretty key to making their game absolutely atrocious. So the closer it can resemble COD4, the better. You know, I played the shit out of COD4 for about a couple months. Got it right when it came out. Just crushed it really, really hard. And, you know, I kind of gave it up because it was just too easy. And it's so strange. I mean, obviously, it's a whole new set of issues going over to the console, playing with the controller, which is totally worthless. Like I said, the peer-to-peer system. And Black Ops, which is basically just has amplified everything that was actually frustrating about COD, but it's taken it to a whole new level. God, I didn't even think that was possible. I remember playing COD4 and I was just like, fuck, some of this shit is so frustrating. Like, you know, when I would call in an airstrike or whatever it was and just be totally surprised. Not surprised, but wondering how fair it was that I called in an airstrike and just leveled their entire fucking team in it. Or, you know, different parts of the level design that just seemed out of whack. There wasn't much you could do, but man, there, you know, in COD4, you could really, I don't say, I mean, it was harder than, say, playing Battlefield and things like that. There were more places that you could shoot people from. Like, you know, the guns killed pretty fast. It wasn't uncommon to see a kill cam where somebody was shooting at one person, killing you accidentally. You know, all that stuff was there, but it was just there much more. It wasn't there nearly as much as it's there basically in COD Black Ops. You know, apparently somebody saw that it was still possible to just dominate and crush COD4, and the devs wanted to snub any possibility of that out happening on any consistent basis. So they just fucked it up as hard as they could. I can't ever figure out, I'm actually really curious to know, like, what is the mindset behind the decision-making process with things like the level design. Like, I'm trying to think how to put this. Like, is it just bad design, like they didn't realize it? Or is it something like they're literally like, you know, if they're addressing that issue specifically in the next COD game, I just sort of wonder, like, I mean, did they purposefully design levels like that? Like, did they sit around and be like, hey guys, you know, playing Demolition and there's only like 18 spots to kill somebody from over here. We need to hit at least 30. Like, do they do that on purpose in order to, like, seriously cater to the lowest common denominator? I don't know. I'd just be really, really, really curious to sit down and see what happens at their dev design tables. Like, what are they talking about? Because it just seems like some of their decisions, excuse me, are so ridiculous. Oh yeah, I'd just love to know what they're thinking. I would give a lot of money to know what it was they were thinking. Once again, this Stegosaurus is retardedly overpowered, and it feels fantastic. Say that from a distance, let him... It's so ridiculous. Oh, so many kills. It feels so good. I can't tell you, ever since I stopped playing Battlefield, I've really missed spawn camping, and technically we're not spawn camping in this, but this is as close as I've come to it in a long time, and it feels really satisfying. Oh. I mean, there's just something so fulfilling about sitting in so many spawns with X-Packs and just detonating them the second they spawn in. Oh, it's just punishment for being terrible. Well-deserved punishment. It was so funny, the EA servers, you know, had this reputation as being like Care Bear servers or whatever because they had friendly fire off. And you could go, the EA servers were the worst for spawn camping out of any servers possible in Battlefield. Once again, because they had friendly fire off. So you just go in there. I think one of the worst spawn camping episodes I ever saw in like years of playing Battlefield. So I think myself, Bruce, another guy we was on our teams we played with, Blazing Guns. Where we pushed them back, and then we all just sat in their spawn essentially. And this is just bad design. And threw out X-Packs, and then you just remotely detonate them the second they spawn in. And I think we'd all named ourselves after the Backstreet Boys. And after, you know, at the end of the match, it shows like the leaderboards come on. Fuck, I wish I had all these screenshots and things like that. Look, I can't shoot that guy through the fucking grate. After the match, you see the leaderboards. Everyone on both sides gets to see who the top 3 players are, and it was like 3 guys from the Backstreet Boys. And we were all like, I think our scores were all just fucking retarded. I think the lowest one of us was like 45-0, and I think Blazin was actually 89-0 or something like that. Just happened to X-Pack a little bit faster than I could. Anyway, basically the 3 of us combined total kills that round. I mean, we had like 150 kills, 180 kills, something like that between the 3 of us, and 0 deaths. Pretty nasty punishment for being terrible, but that's the way EA wanted it. Later on, we were messing around playing. There was a map called Coral Sea where it was just 2 aircraft carriers. You take off on one, you go try to destroy the other guy's carrier. And, you know, it really wasn't... Oh god, don't use pistols. Pretty weak. You know, it was just sort of like, well, this is retarded, so I don't really like the dogfighting thing. It just took forever, and I just wanted this map to get over so we go to something fun. You know, Coral Sea wasn't that great. So whatever, I was bored one day, joined some EA Coral Sea server, God knows why. And, you know, I started just bailing out on deck and throwing down landmines when the planes took off. They'd run over the landmines and blow up, and I thought it was hysterical. And then I'd spawn in as AT, anti-tank, and start shooting him. Just stupid stuff, right? But then, oh god, this is just amazing. This is so brilliant. I'll take credit for this. Yeah, I'm referring to myself as brilliant. I realized that if friendly fire is off, like, what the fuck am I doing just sitting here on the deck? Excuse me. What am I just doing sitting here on the deck and throwing grenades when I could be bombing their carrier while sitting on the deck in one of their planes? So, I mean, the first thing I did was basically change my name to Deck Bomber. Well, I changed my name to Deck Bomber, basically. And I flew my plane over there and just landed it on the front of their carrier and bombed it into oblivion. And the round was over in, I don't know, like a minute and a half or something like that. And then I just could not stop laughing. Thought I was like the most clever person in the history of clever people. You know, flew over, bailed out one of their planes, and was just bombing their carrier as well. Look at this asshole, he's not going to get me twice. Their planes, this is so great. What awesome level design. I bailed out and I'm sitting in their plane on their carrier deck, dropping bombs, killing their carrier, and they spawn next to their planes. So I'm killing them at the same time. Just ridiculous. So then, you know, I had to tell Bruce about this. I was so excited. You know, and then we both were going to these EA servers as Deck Bomber 1 and Deck Bomber 2 and clear out Coral Sea servers one after the other. Oh, those were the good old days. Anyway, that is Dino D-Day. I do not recommend it. Have a good one.